Wow, look at this monster. It's got me like a little bit in awe. This is the Summit Aire from Newmar. They've kind of expanded their Super Cs. They went a little bit higher and a little bit lower. We've shown you the Grand Stars. This is the Summit Aire. It's the grandpappy of all Newmar Super Cs. Beautiful. It's featured here in the Palisade graphics. Beautiful paint job. It's got the power doors. It's got a bath and a half. We might as well just get started because there's so much to show you here. I'll start right here under the hood. Before I get started, you're watching Dean Jones at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm just simply in awe of this coach. So we'll start with this 15.9 liter Detroit, 600 horse, 1,850 pound-feet of torque on this beautiful power plant. We have a 12-speed DD12 transmission underneath there. Just an absolute powerhouse. You'll see, like all Super Cs, you can access everything you need here. Got a little jump station here if you need to jump the batteries. We got our windshield wiper fluid there. Our air dryer here, real easy to change out. Big giant Michelin 315 80 22.5s on the Dura Black Alcoa wheels. This is an Onyx package. I'll show you what that means as we go around this guy. Coming over here, got our water separator, power steering fluid, our coolant, and just everything you need if you want to do your fluids. Like I said, got your turbo here. This thing just absolutely just is a monster. This Cascadia is a beautiful thing. This is the first year, this is the first year we've seen Newmar in the Cascadia chassis market. And it just gives it a whole different look, doesn't it? So we'll go around here. Onyx package is the black murdered out package. We got the black grille. We got the black wheels, black steps. These are anti-slip traction steps. It is kind of a climb up in here, but you do have handles. That's a little easier than it looks. Keep in mind this is an air ride cab. Also has air ride seats. This thing's gonna ride like no other. We have our side cameras, our flagpole. We also have 360 camera all the way around this guy. We have our Nova awnings that come out and dogleg down all the way down the side of the coach. That's a Girard feature. Beautiful, beautiful awnings. Like I said, our window awnings. We also even have the King Air and Essex doors on this guy. You just push a button and they come out. Here's all your tow attachments. But watch this, you don't even have to slam these. You just shut them and it pulls it in. Here's your hydraulic pump for your slides, for your leveling system. It's on a slide tray. If you need any maintenance on this guy, you can get it right out here at waist level and work on it. Here's our Oasis. This is our hot water and our furnace, basically our boiler for our heat and our hot water. It's got 2 electric burners. It's got also a diesel burner. So you got the best of both worlds. If you're plugged in, use the electric. It's going to heat the coach just fine. We have outdoor entertainment, because you know this is going to be at the racetrack. You're going to want NASCAR on this guy. You can Bluetooth in, play your music while you're out here partying underneath these awnings. Beautiful paint job on this guy. Love the blues, the darks. And that's our water tank, but we do have a little pegboard, a little place to put some fluids or what have you, making the best of the little bit of space that's in there. Here we have our Dometic cooler. So you do have a residential fridge in there, but if you want to store some drinks, you can make it a freezer. You can adjust it to any temp you want. A little extra cold storage there for you and a little bit of storage next to it. That is 12 volt and 110. We do have a hydraulic 3-step. I have it locked open, but when it comes out, there's a little sensor here. If you're in the way, it'll stop if it hits your leg so it doesn't run you over. So nice safety feature there. We do have our keyless entry with our doorbell. Doorbell seems a little hokey, but trust me, when you're in that coach with these big 3-inch walls, you're not going to hear this. Nice that they put a doorbell there for you. We do have docking lights, beautiful twin screw on those black wheels. And you'll notice you have just everything's black. Your mirrors are black. Your trim here is black. Your Summit Aire logo is black. Your Newmar, logo is black. We have our egress door if you need to come out the back for some reason. And then we have so here we have a few extra tiles in case you drop something in there. You have your vacuum attachments that can go in here or inside. We have our electronic bus here. We can just pull this out and maintenance our electrical system right there. And it's kind of pass through. It's a little deeper under there because this is beyond the differential. So you actually have a little bit extra storage in the back. Over here you have some more storage, and you have a couple other things. So we have our lights for our docking lights. You'll see those. I just turned those on. We also have our trunk latch. But we have some good storage under there. We can put longer items underneath that frame rail right there. Back here, got a big Gen Y hitch. It'll pull 30,000 pounds. So whatever you got that you need behind you, this will do it. We have our Phillips attachment, a Voyager attachment. We have our 7-way. Got our airlines there. It's a big old hitch. It's really adjustable depending on what you're pulling. And then as you go up, you have this nice little trunk space with put a nice little table back there, maybe some umbrellas. You got a really long kind of storage in there. More shelves here. A lot of my customers, they put all that trailer stuff that's in that front bay in here so they can keep it close to their Gen Y hitch. But just a beautiful back cap. Nice little spoiler up there, lights. We have our camera here for our backup. Again, nice LED lights. If you're backing up to a trailer at night, you've got plenty of visibility. You also got these really bright LED brake lights, reverse lights. They're gonna see you when you're stopping. Just a great back cap from Newmar here. There's the other side, just a little bit more storage. We also have a 50 amp right here if you need to power a buddy or power a trailer. Right here you have a 12,500 watt quiet diesel generator that runs off that 150 gallon tank. Just a monster. That's gonna power this thing and everything in it. Over here we have our dryer vent. We have a little place to put gloves, maybe a sewer hose here. Form-fitted slides all the way around. The best way to do slides. We have this great wet bay, a lot going on here. First and foremost, we have SantaCon. This is gonna pump the waste, it'll pump it uphill. It'll also macerate it on the way out. Once you have SantaCon, you'll never go back to gravity fill, unless you have to. We do have our tank screen here, integrated with our ATC monitor system inside. We have electric gray and black tank valves. We have our gray and black tank rinses. We can dump those, open those, and close those. We have our where they're going to do autofill, city supply, manual fill. We have a 6,000 gallon water filter. Nice little outdoor shower. It's all stainless, so it's plastic. And we also have our fill hose. It's already in there on a wheel. It's powered. It'll wind itself up. So just a great little wet bay. Everything's labeled real plainly. Then we have our short cord. It's on a reel. We have our power transfer switch. We have our cable inlet, power monitoring. Now comes for the power bay. 960 amp hours of Lithionics lithium. Climate controlled boxes. Here's the fan to cool them off. 2 Victron 3000 watt inverters. You can't get better than Victron, not that I know of. What's really nice about Victron and the systems they use, you can actually kind of remote in and find out what's going on with them from a laptop from here. If you're in Utah, we can kind of look at what's going on with it, as long as we're set up so. But yeah, really nice inverters there. Newmar's kind of pivoting to mostly Victron that I see now. Oh, this is it. These are your chassis batteries. You kind of see them under there. That's what's going to crank that big Detroit motor. And we have a little storage here, just a nice little place to put stuff. I mean, you do have a drive shaft going down the middle, so you don't have the basement you would in an A, but still have plenty of storage in here. Here's our fuel tank. Here's our filter here. We've got our hydronic fluid there. A couple of air lines here. You get to the driver's side. Keep in mind, I was going to show you before I get too far down here. We got these side cameras. We got a camera on the front, camera in the back. That all stitches together for a 360 camera. You should always know what's going on all around your coach as you're driving. And those fuel stations, those tight campgrounds, should be just fine. Right here is where we fill our 150 gallons of fuel. We also have our def tank right here. Just magnets together, and again, nice easy climb up. It is a little high, but definitely worth it when you get in there and feel the ride. So we'll go ahead and go in and check out the inside of this beautiful baby. Not only has Newmar expanded their fleet, they've also kind of modernized the interiors of them. As you see, we have like two-tone. We have the Summit White, the darker, the Sedona glazed maple on the bottom. So give that two-tone kind of contemporary feel. We do have space to walk all the way up to our cab, maybe all the way back to the refrigerator. It's got plenty of space. Let me go ahead and open these slides. This is a 3-slide opposing slide unit with slide locks on them. About this coach, the length of it is 44 foot 11 inches. The height is 13 foot 2 inches, and the width is 8 foot 6 inches. Fresh gallon is 150. Gray is 60 gallons and black is 40 gallons. Again, 120 gallons of fuel. I'm sorry, not 150. GVWR of 58,000 pounds. Let me go ahead and open this guy. And we'll start in the back. So one thing you'll notice, it does have the bed that lifts to close it in. It has to be in the upright position for 1 to close and 2 for this whole slide to operate. Kind of like the Grand Star. Let's go ahead and put this down. So now we're out. And you can see how nice and big this bedroom is. But we'll start in the bathroom. Love the shower. You can open it from either side. The locks on this side. We do have our teak seat if we want to sit down. This nice linear drain in here. This is all tile. Great rain shower head with a nice little wand here. We do have our aqua view that cycles the water to get it to temp before you actually start using it, so you're not burning up fresh water. We do have our soap, shampoo. Seems like a little minimal thing, but when you don't have shower bottles and shampoo bottles and stuff rolling around here, it really helps for the ride sound. But we also have a nice little skylight. We do have a fantastic fan in here, and of course we have ceramic Dometic macerator toilet. Double locking from the inside, egress door with the ladder. So if you ever need to come out of this quickly from the rear, you can just walk out instead of jumping out a window. One of my favorite parts of Newmar's build. Window does also open. We have it's kind of a smaller bath, but we got one nice vessel sink, plenty of storage. These are dovetail doors, so great construction from those Amish guys out in Napanee. Everything's lit, so you can see what you're reaching for. We also have, let me see here, nice little mirror light on that medicine cabinet. It makes getting ready a breeze. We have a 110 here and a 110 in here. Beautiful backsplash with that mosaic travertine. We also have a safe back here. Not only that, we have a nice little clothes hamper here if we choose to use it as such. Here we got a couple extra chairs for the and a couple leaves for the Euro booth. Nice lit closet in here. You're going to see a little bit of these louvers here and there throughout the coach, and that's where that Oasis heating system blows hot air through the registers from the boiler. So we have a nice little door with a mirror on it. You can see what we're doing when we're getting ready. This is the new HCC interface. It's a little different than the KIBs and stuff of the past. You can get in here and do the shades. Shades are all power. You have a TV lift, your tank monitors. You can do just about everything from here. You can turn on some exterior lights. If you feel like you hear something outside and you're in here, hit the rear security, it'll turn some lights on. Hopefully it's just a raccoon. Coming over here, we have our king size bed. It just comes on down. And you're ready to go. Again, two-tone, the two colors. Here's the maple, here's the Summit. Nice contrast. Love this little metal, accent on the sides. We do, like Newmar fashion, we have power in there and plumbing for CPAPs. I've got a couple clients that actually take advantage of that, and they love it. We also have one of those panels, those ATC panels up underneath here, so we can kind of, oh, you must have just hit the dim switch. But at any rate, coming over here, we have a nice, great big smart TV, but behind it's some more storage, and you can actually, put your receivers, your Fire sticks, Roku sticks, gaming systems, whatever you'd like to do, you can put them in here. Also use that as storage. That is an adjustable shelf, and you'll notice this little sensor right here that'll take the remotes. We do have some more drawers underneath there. Then we have lit. We can take these shelves out and make these hanging wardrobes, or we can just use them as shelves as they are. Lights in both. And one of the things I've seen new for 26 is on the Grand Star and the Summit Aire, I see kind of a split up washer and dryer system. I like it. I mean, we're gonna do most of our folding here. It's not in the bathroom, it's actually out here where you have room to do laundry. I like that feature. Solid surface countertops and tabletops throughout. And we've got these deep dresser drawers. And again, these are all dovetailed. Put on these really nice roller bearings. They're soft close. They keep them snug to the styles. Way down here, you'll get a look at this floor. Nice tile floor. Your slides are got tile. There's no carpet or material in this coach. These are heated floors. Real comfortable as you're walking around on them. We do have this nice little privacy door here. It slides over. It also locks so it's not opening and closing as you go. Under here it's a little different. That's why you see those. So you got storage under there, and when this is closed you can still get to it right here. So it's a little different storage thing, but you do have the mechanisms behind here that lift the bed up and what have you. Again, the HVAC in this coach is going to be like any other Newmar. It's going to be all in a straight line. We do have the AC on. You don't really hear it as much because you're not, with Newmar, you've got a kind of between the ceiling and the roof, you've got about 6 to 7 inches with a bunch of insulation in there. So what you don't hear is the compressors of your ACs up there. You just hear the airflow, so it's a lot quieter in here. Well, here we have our traveling bath. Let him get a look at that. And what you're going to find in here is some breakers. These are some floor heat. Sometimes I had a guy call on his Ventana the other day, and he said his floor heat was only working half. Had him come in here and push this button, and he was up and running. So that's where the floor heat is. We got some breakers here, some breakers there, some 12-volt fuses here with a little map of what those are. Another one of those mirror lights right there. And you've got some shelves in here, but this is also outfitted from the factory with Starlink. And what is Starlink? It's a satellite-driven internet. So it's what I call a game changer. Got a few little drawers and what have you there. Another beautiful backsplash in here. And you do have a fantastic fan here. Back to Starlink. Most of you've all heard of it. Elon Musk company. Instead of going cell tower to look for your internet, you got them in the sky. So no matter where you are, you should have internet. There's a big square antenna up here on the roof that's already professionally mounted from Newmar. So all the wires and everything are running the coach and sealed up from the factory. So you shouldn't have any problems there. But yeah, it's a great system. Some people like satellite TV, but if you don't want two systems and two different payments, you could just stream all your stuff through Starlink. It's just, like I said, a game changer. Much like this little pantry here is. Biggest pantry I've seen in a Super C yet. That's important when you're going on long trips to have plenty of food, and you can get a nice deep one here. And again, all dovetailed. They just lock in, and they're all, drawer style, so canned goods aren't going to fall and move around. Kind of contain them in there real nicely. We have a nice little Whirlpool residential fridge with an ice maker. This guy goes in there, and we have an extra water filter for our drinking water and our ice cubes. You can access that drinking water right there. You can also lock this guy so it doesn't open going around corners. Over here's our main ATC screen, and as you can see, we can do climate, we can do our shades. We have 3 different fans. We can power those. Here's our floor heat. Now the floor heat's a wire. It's not hydronic or anything, but it's a great system. And you can have that wire on. These aren't thermostat driven, they're just time driven. So the low feature is going to have that wire hot a lot less than the high, but you can kind of find your perfect setting in there. You have AGS where we can set up our 12.5 generator to come on with power, with temperatures. There's just different ways to manage that. We have our exterior lighting like we did in our bathroom I showed you, and then we have our light panel. So turn any lights you want on here. Really, really good system. We can also Bluetooth into this and have an interface on our phone, which is absolutely great. Over here, we have our step. We can actually kick all the lights on and off right here. So that's really nice. We've got our, right here we have our attachments for our vacuum. We also have a nice little sweep dustpan in there that goes to our vacuum underneath. Here's our Victron screen. Again, those 2 big inverters, we can manage those here. We love Victron here in Transwest. Here's our antenna for our over-the-air TV if we want to use that. Here's those big awnings right there. So I have them open. Let's close them. So they're both coming in now. We have step cover. So if we have little animals and they're running around here when you're driving, they're not going to fall in the wheel well. Battery disconnect. Here's some security lights too. We can do them analog-like. This is an important button here because with lithium, if you don't use it, it goes to bed, which just kind of protects itself. It's a great system. Historically, we had to go back to the battery bay, find these little blue buttons on top of the lithium batteries and push them all on and wake them up, so to speak. Here we walk into our coach and hit that button and they wake up. So that's great. We have our cargo locks, our entry lock, our Wi-Fi router. We have our slide-ins that we just opened. We have these LED lights all the way around the outside of here. It's kind of hard to demonstrate in the morning here, but at night it just lights it up like an event. It's just awesome. So then we have patio lights. Sometimes our HWH leveling or maybe even our slides are a little goofy. We have to reset the system. We can hold this down for 5 seconds, get this thing back, in line. So there's that. Let me open this step cover so we can get out later. Anyways, so we got these little screens all over the place. Perfect placement on those. We have our galley here. Here's our manuals. Here's part of our Starlinks. Got more storage there. This is our microwave power back there. This microwave is pretty neat. It's a microwave, it's a convection, it's also an air fryer. If you've never used an air fryer, you should. Real convenient way to cook stuff. Little spice rack up there. This one has been opted with the big window here, overlooking the campsite as we're doing our cooking. Love that. We have nice little drawers here, little scrubby deal there. Great under sink storage there with the trash can mount. And kind of to roll with the Onyx package, we do have a dark kind of graphite type undermount sink. We have our nice dark, we can spray our little faucet there. Over here, again, it's all electric. There's no propane on this coach, so we have our true induction 2-burner cooktop that it's portable. We've seen that in a lot of Newmars over the years. We also have our cutting boards under here if we need them. There's a lot of lighting under here, so we can actually see what we're doing. A lot more drawer space coming down the side here. All our remotes, touch-up paint, everything we're going to need to run all the electronics in here. And we also have a nice little dishwasher. Over here we have a televator. We have it up, but if we don't want it up, we can always bring it down. You have another nice window. And as you can see, I had those awnings in the windows out there down. So if you had a nice, sun was on this side of the coach coming in, a nice little shade in this window, and you can still see what's going on out there on your campsite. We have a nice little extra sleeper here. It's not built for a bunch of people to sleep in it. We don't have an overhead sleeper on this, and that's because of this here, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But if we do have a guest or two, we can sleep on this little love seat bed. You'll notice there's power on both sides. USB-C, USB regulars. This is all Villa furniture. You also have some seat belts down there. Real easy to make and unmake. I like that part of it. This is our Euro booth. I absolutely love Euro booths. I think one of the best seats in the house is when you're kind of kicking back over here. Super comfortable. This does pull out. We had those leaves in the bathroom I showed you. You put them in there, you put your 2 seats out here, and you can seat 6 people if you need to. There are not seat belts in this Euro booth. But it also does not make a sleeper. You can actually put some longer items in here. It's not as deep as some, but it's got some extra storage for you. Just love that metal. So over here we have our theater seats. Above that we have a little deeper storage here. We have day and night shades as well. Let's see here. That's our day shades. There's our night shades. And we can do that the whole coach at once. We can do just the living room. I mean, it's really dynamic little shade deal here. But you can just run everything from right here. We also have these great little power recliners. Kick the TV up, watch a movie, grab your snacks that you're hiding from your grandkids in this little cubby here. Or maybe you're sharing. Just a great living space. Now going to the cab. It's really dynamic. So we talked about the air ride cab. So this Cascadia, I don't know if it knew if it was going to be an 18-wheeler, if it was going to be an RV. When I went to Newmar, they had a choice. They could have disabled this and mounted a coach to it, but they don't. They actually put this big collar in here, and they let that cab ride up and down as you're going down the road. From the Superstar up to the Summit Aire, not the Grand Star doesn't do that. But the Grand Star also has a little bed here. So these are our window shades for the coach. But as you see, these do swivel. It's really easy to get in here. Just this big giant Cascadia cab. We do have some storage up and around here. Above that, we have a skylight. We can, power that shade down, up as we see fit. A little bit more storage here and here. Some deeper cabinets up top. Real dynamic chassis. It like I said, it'll tow 30,000 pounds. If you have that race car, you have that stacker, this will do it all. We got our Voyager camera deal here. We have, let's show you, ignition on the left. Oops. All digital display. Uh-oh. Just turn that down here. There we go, that's our camera system. So we also have all these different settings here. We can get connect our devices, our radio. We've got our rear. We can see what's going on with our tire pressure monitoring system, our maintenance, our diagnostics. A lot of stuff that used to be here is right here. It's real easy to get to. And as you play with this thing, it's just, here's some regen, some settings, just a really dynamic system. So much I could spend an hour on it. But back here we have suspension height. If we have a different trailer height, we can use it there. Differential lock. We can lock the axle. We do have our air brake. We also have air brake for our trailer. We have regen off, lane assist, traction. We have a light test. We can test the lights. If the thing goes into limp mode, you need to override that to get off the lane. You can do so there. We also have lights in our footwell. We have our air system there. Let's see here. It's just a great system here. Let's see here. Get through that, go through different pages. There's just all these different modes and all this stuff based on what you're pulling, what you're not. You have cab ceiling lights, courtesy lights. These, if someone passes you or you're passing them and you want to blink your lights, we have that here. We have docking lights. We have the generator running. That's that shade that was coming up and down over there. It's pretty simple though, but it's real comfortable. And we also have these crazy air ride seats on top of an air ride cab. So this one's just going to be the ultimate in comfort, the ultimate in power, visibility. It is the granddaddy of all Newmar Super Cs, and if you haven't seen it, you need to come down. You need to give me a call or text me at 720-347-7063. Let's take it for a ride. It's just an amazing rig. So I appreciate you taking a look at it with me today, and we'll see you next Friday.